Coming up on the Appalachian Wireless Sports Overtime, Kentucky and Nashville for the SEC Tournament. Game 1, Florida. The Cats go for 32-0. Plus, Union takes its talents to Missouri. See if the Bulldogs could win a second game out at the NAIA Division II National Tournament. The Lady Hilltoppers of Western Kentucky let the rock fly in the semifinals of the Conference USA Tournament. Are you ready? We're ready. Let's start the show.
Cauley Stein, 1-1.
Friday the 13th, all by myself tonight. No worries, Lauren Cash is safe in Bowling Green covering the Girls Sweet 16. Josh McKinney at the SEC Tournament down in Nashville where the top-ranked basketball Cats are. We'll catch up with Josh here in a second. First, let's start with those Kentucky Wildcats. On the court today down in Nashville versus Florida, not much of a Big Blue speculation. When the NCAA bracket is released Sunday night, Kentucky will be the #1 overall seed. Others like Northeastern, the Huskies, who have not been to the Big Dance since 1991, will go absolutely bonkers, like Magic Mike on the dance floor. Even if they did end up having to play in one of the first 4 games, as it's called now. They're just happy they're dancing with the stars, like the top-ranked basketball Cats. They've been there and done that. While Northeastern will be making its 8th ever appearance in the tourney, Kentucky has 8 national championships. Kentucky, Florida, let's do this, receiving its SEC regular season title today down in Nashville. Kentucky, Florida, 3rd time these two have met early on. First half tied game. Not anymore. The dish off to John Horford. Second platoon comes in. Tyler Eulis over to Andrew Harrison, but Florida came to ball in the first half. Gators down 3 off the miss. Chris Walker, chomp. Eating down low. Florida shot 60% in the paint in the first half. Kentucky led by just 4 at the break. Second half we go. Here come the Kitties. Aaron Harrison, 11-point lead for Kentucky. Big Blue loving it. Cal saying after the Florida game last week that everybody that can't go to Rupp would make it down to Nashville, and they did. Later, Florida fighting back. 7 turnovers for the Cats. Eulis turns it over, and then Eli Carter does the zigzag drill all the way down the court and scores. Carter with 11, Florida within 6 points. 10 minutes to go in the game. Willie Cauley-Stein up to Carl Towns. That's high percentage. Later, Kentucky up by 5. Towns, 13 points, 12 rebounds for Carl Towns. And then Eulis decides to jack one up from downtown Lexington. Might as well have been, because 95% of the crowd was Kentucky. As we go to the Highlands Black and Blue Clinic scoreboard, no problem here. Kentucky is 32-0. They win down at the SEC Tournament quarterfinals today. The #1 ranked team in America moves on to the semis now. They win it over the Gators 64-49. The Cats only shoot 38% from the field, but that was offset with 15 points off of 12 Gator turnovers. Carl Towns and Aaron Harrison both finish with 13 points to lead the Cats in scoring. So Kentucky wins and moves on. Like I said, let's go down to Nashville, where Sports Director Josh McKinney is at. Take it over.
Well, good evening from a rainy Nashville, Tennessee. Josh, when Kentucky and Florida hooked up here at Bridgestone Arena earlier in the day, it was similar as to when the two teams faced each other in the regular season, and that Florida hung around for a while, really gave Kentucky a run for its money, but in the end, the Cats just too much.
Just like a lot of SEC games Kentucky has played this year, a slow start. They were leading by 4 at halftime. A big second half propelled the Cats to the semifinal round on Saturday, where the opponent is a team that not many people, if anybody, expected to be here.
The Auburn Tigers, a 13 seed in the tournament, won their 3rd game in as many days Friday, beating LSU 73-70 in overtime.
Nobody expected us to be here. I'm pretty sure you guys didn't expect us to be here, that's for sure. But we stayed together. And we knew how good we are, even though our record didn't show it.
We have this opportunity now for to go play against most storied program in the history of college basketball, the best team in the country, in the semifinals of the SEC tournament.
Kentucky will be a heavy favorite Saturday afternoon, but this Auburn team has become accustomed to playing the underdog role.
We know we're playing against the best team in the country. You know, nobody's going to have us pick to win the game, just like every game we play. So we're just going to leave it all out there. And I guarantee you that nobody's not going to come out there ready to play. Everybody's going to be out there ready to play and giving it all they got. So we're just excited, and we'll be ready to play tomorrow.
Even with a big-time effort from the Tigers, the Wildcats will have a significant size advantage at all 5 positions.
We will try to represent. We're going to be shorthanded. We're already the smallest team in the league and probably the smallest team of all the high major conferences, going up against the biggest team maybe in the history of Division I basketball.
But the one thing driving the Tigers is the fact that when they lose, it will be the final time they will wear the Auburn jersey.
This is our last, like you said, this is our last games every day, so we take advantage of it, and we want to put our best foot forward, and we live to fight another day, and that's our mentality every time we step on the court.
Another day for the Tigers means they get to battle the Currents in a sea of blue inside Bridgestone Arena.
So Kentucky versus Auburn in the SEC Final Four, if you will. Bruce Pearl getting the Tigers to the semifinals of the conference tournament, a team that Kentucky beat pretty handedly a couple of weeks ago when they retired Tony Delk's jersey at Rupp Arena. Tanner, it's going to be another tough game for the Tigers on Saturday.
Well, and the thing you have to be concerned about if you're an Auburn fan is this is now the Tigers' 3rd game in as many days. The game with LSU went to overtime, and you're facing Kentucky, which is easily the deepest team in all of college basketball, so you wonder how much Auburn will have left in the tank. But I know this, Josh, you never count out a team coached by Bruce Pearl.
Never.
All right, for Josh McKinney, I'm Tanner Hesterberg reporting for Sports Overtime.
Keep the noggins dry, guys, and have a blast down there. Now to Kentucky's next opponent. Many thought it would be a rematch with LSU, but as you know, as Tanner and Josh just told you, that's not the case. Under 5 seconds to go in the game today, Auburn down 3, needs a 3, got a 3. KT Harrell, career-high 29, go to overtime. Auburn up 4 over LSU. Antoine Mason scores. All right, seconds remaining in OT. Another chance to tie it? No. LSU loses. Keith Hornsby shot no good. Auburn hangs on and advances 73-70. Wow, what a game. KT Harrell scored 15 straight points for Auburn, including that 3 that you saw him hit in the final seconds of regulation to force overtime. So Kentucky and Auburn in the SEC tournament semifinals. Tip time set for 1 p.m. Eastern tomorrow on ESPN. The first and only time these two met, it was a shellacking. The Cats put up a season-high 110 points. Winner will play in the SEC tourney finals on Sunday. Now, coming up next on the show, Girls Sweet 16 highlights from Bowling Green. Johnson Central takes on Mason County. Winner will go to the semifinals. We'll get to the Sweet 16 here in just a little bit. First, college basketball. The Union Bulldogs men's basketball team advanced in the NAIA Division II National Tournament for the first time in program history yesterday. Today, Union taking on Embry-Riddle out of Florida. This team is ranked number 2 in the country in the NAIA Division II. Dogs come out of the gate scoring. Deontay Johnson fighting. Then Fitzgerald White. All kinds of paint touches for the Bulldogs. Later, Union down 2. Gerard Newby ties the game at 12. Later on, Michael Buter hanging out over there in the corner all by himself. Buter. Only bucket of the game for him. Under 10 minutes to go, Dominique Higgins. Union is in the second round for the first time in school history. Not acting like it, though. 13 for Higgins. Dogs down 5 after that. Let's go second half. White grabs the loose ball. Gets it to Newby. Whee! 12 for Newby. Gerard Newby. He's not done. Go get it, young buck. Union fought really hard in this game, but the Dogs in their season losing by 14 as we go to the Highlands Black and Blue Clinic scoreboard. A 30-5 year, though, for Kevin Burton's team.
There's a good chance people, we know, they're going to look back, historically speaking, at this little time period of these players on how important they were to why Union College is going to be continuously in the top 10 in the country, competing for national championships. So just so proud of them. They were all so important to us in various different ways. The value that all of them had to us, it's hard to put in words, you know. And as far as today's game, You know, I thought Embry-Riddle did a really efficient job offensively. They probably had their best offensive game of the season. I doubt they'll have as good of offensive game for the rest of the tournament. If they got daylight on an open look, they made it.
Now to the women. The Western Kentucky women taking on Old Dominion in the Conference USA semifinals. First half, Elena Johnson starts off with the 3-ball, and then it just didn't stop. Kendall Noble from downtown. Western up 9. WKU hit 4 of 6 three-point field goals to open an 18-2 lead, and it got worse later. Lady Tops up 22-2, make it 24-2. Bria Gaines. Second half, just a 2-point game now. Noble gets it, throws it back out to Tashia Brown. That's good. Now flash forward with 4.5 to go in the game. Old Dominion down just 2. They don't even get a shot off. Western Kentucky wins. That's the 29th win of the season, which ties the Conference USA record for wins. Noble finishes with 15 points, 10 rebounds. The WKU women will take on Southern Miss in Saturday night's championship game.
We've had 2 barn burners survive in advance. That's what it's all about. I'm just so proud of this team. We came out the first half and shot the ball unbelievably well. And, of course, you always know that the teams are going to make a run. But, you know, just the resilience in this team and the way different people step up at different times is what the coaching staff and I are so proud of.
Hey, what about the Lincoln Memorial University men? They will tip off the NCAA Division II National Tournament tomorrow down in Harrogate, Tennessee. 5 p.m. tip time inside Tex Turner Arena. LMU, a 1 seed, taking on 8 seed North Greenville, the Crusaders. Coming up next on the show, hopefully we'll have those Sweet 16 highlights with the Johnson Central Lady Eagles. The girls' Sweet 16 will finish up at EA Diddle Arena on Sunday, and then it's on to the boys' Sweet 16. It will tip off next week inside Rupp Arena. 3 coverage area teams will have a shot at a state title, including the #1 ranked team in the mountains all year long. Not Central and Cameron Justice and all those guys will rep the 14th region for the 4th year in a row, but this will be the final time for the 4 seniors who start, including Evan Hall.
The goal is to get us a state championship. We went down there the last 2 years with that really set on our goal, and we fell short last year because we came in with a big head. But this year it's totally different. We're going to take it 1 game at a time, and we're going to try and bring the gold back to the mountains.
All right, 4th straight appearance for Knott Central at the boys' Sweet 16. The Patriots will play Callaway County out of Region 1. The Lakers broke a school record by winning 29 games this year. Tip time set for 8 p.m. inside Rupp Arena Thursday, March 19th. Johnson Central comes out of the 15th region. The Golden Eagles, also a been there, done that type situation with them, along with Knott. This is their 4th straight appearance in the Sweet 16. They won a game last year, and they know what to expect when they lace up the kicks and step on the Rupp Arena floor next week.
Well, I think that it, like you said, it gave us confidence. It's, you know, most of the time when you go to the Sweet 16, it's about the aggressive team and being ready to play from the opening round. And even though I think Ballard is in a similar situation that we are, they've been there a lot. They, you know, they've got some real good experience, but we're excited to go down there and get to compete for state championship.
All right, the Golden Eagles, like I said, have their hands full, though, with powerhouse basketball school Ballard. The Bruins have only lost twice this season. Both of those losses to out-of-state teams. These two will tip off Thursday, March 19th as well at noon inside Rupp Arena. So Johnson Central and Knott Central are veterans at this Sweet 16 thing. Williamsburg, not so much recently. The Yellow Jackets win the 13th region, though, and will head to the big dance for the first time since 1946. A huge accomplishment for everyone.
It means the world. This group of kids, you know, ever since they were growing up, this was their dream. So it means the world to these kids and the coaches and our community.
It means a lot to me, honestly, especially for this group of seniors. We got like 8 or 9 of them, and they're the best seniors to probably ever come through the school, so it just means a lot.
All right, Williburg gets Doss in the first round of the boys' Sweet 16. The Dragons, winners from the 6th region. They are 26-6 on the year. And just like the Yellow Jackets, it's been a while since Doss has made it to the boys' Sweet 16. 1987 is the last time the Dragons played in it. This game will tip off at 8 p.m. on Thursday, March 18th. Next on the show, well, again, we hope to have those Johnson Central highlights. They're still downloading in the back. And also, The Waller Baller and Allie Scott take us to break right now.
I'm Alex Scott. And I'm Emily Waller. And you're watching Sports Overtime. Sports Overtime. Sports Overtime. Let's get it. Let's get it. Come on now.
Time now for our McDonald's Student Athlete of the Week. Carly Combs is a senior at Letcher Central High School. Carly has a 4.1 grade point average. She is a member of the cheerleading squad and softball and soccer team. She is a student government representative and is part of the yearbook staff at Letcher Central High School. Congrats to Carly Combs, our McDonald's Student Athlete of the Week. Now to the Long John Silvers. Nothing but a shot of the night. Auburn needs a 3 to tie it, and they get it. Goodness, under 5 seconds to go in the game, and KT Harrell buckets. That sends the game into overtime. Auburn hangs on and advances over LSU 73-70. So Auburn will play Kentucky tomorrow at 1 p.m. Meanwhile, the girls' Sweet 16 is down to its final 4 in the top bracket. It will be Male versus Covington Holy Cross, 6:30 tip time for that one. Tomorrow night inside EA Ditto Arena. Holy Cross has ended 2 21-game winning streaks in a row. The Indians beat Bell County on night 1 and then ended Elizabethtown's 21-game win streak today. Deja Turner's floater from the right side with 3 seconds left wins it over E-Town today. E-Town considered the big favorites. Meanwhile, the bottom bracket features Mason County and Allen County. That'll be an 8 o'clock tip tomorrow night. Well, sadly, that's going to do it for this edition of the Appalachian Wireless Sports Overtime Saturday night. We did have Johnson Central highlights to get to, but we could not get those downloaded in time. Hopefully, we'll have those for the morning sportscast. I will say this, of course, it was the first time the Lady Eagles had made it to the Elite Eight. They'd been there 9 times, and then yesterday they finally won one. It was actually the first time a 15th region team made it since 2007. That's when Pike Central did it. Stephen Butcher, the head coach at Southwestern, was the head coach at Pike Central when those girls made it in 2007 to the Elite Eight, if that's what you want to call it. But sad that we don't have those. I will say, obviously, you saw Johnson Central. They did lose to Mason County. But congrats to all of our coverage area teams. I know Letcher and Johnson Central, they all put up a fight, and it was awesome to cover them, as well as Bell County with Macy Morris and those girls. But like I said, that'll do it. Tomorrow, it'll be me and Lauren Cash. I will have a partner with me where we always bring some wildness to the table. Again, sorry that we did not have those highlights. Kentucky plays tomorrow at 1. Let me do the paper toss like I do on Saturday since I'm by myself. Have an awesome night.